apologise profusely to any sewists out there who are about to hurl abuse at me in the comments. But you know what? I don't have any other scissors with me. So what I'm doing is earlier this morning I used hinge tissue to repair the spines of all of these pages. Now, the reason I did that on all of them and not just the damaged pages is because this book previously was stapled together, and there's nothing wrong with that. For this book it worked quite well, but I don't have a staple gun or anything that can achieve this. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll be sewing this book back together, I think. It's going to leave them a bit too spread out if I do it that way. Perhaps if we kept that on the inside, we just go 2, 1, 2, no. I haven't really worked out how I'll be able to make this happen. So as I'm going through trimming off these extra pieces and placing the book in order, I'm also thinking about how I'm going to reassemble it. I know how I should do it, but I kind of don't want to do it that way. That looks like it's been bent this way, which is incorrect. I'm certain this page goes that way. I am certain of it. Yeah, because that shouldn't be at the back. Anyhow, moving along. We'll work it out as we go. If you see a number of ants crawling around, first of all, I apologise. And second of all, I would like you to know that I am just as confused as you are. I don't know why there are ants all over my desk. There is nothing sweet here. There is nothing food related here. So I don't know what they're after. Okay, page 29. That's the front page, okay. This is unnumbered, so and that's 28, okay. Good, good, good. I'm not going crazy. Let's go this way around. That's okay. And I've got another one up here. It's 23. Okay. Now, there we go. Okay, got page 23. Go here somewhere. Where are we? 28, 7, page 26. Here it is. 6, 5. 4, 3. 2, 1. Now page 20. What's this one? Okay. 16 something. Brilliant. So I'm just going to do is work from the middle and go outwards as I fold the pages over. Make sure that we have indeed done all the pages. There's nothing missing. Lovely. Okay. I used a little too much glue on a couple of these pages, so they do look a bit thick and chunky, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. We're not doing this for, historical preservation or anything as such. We're just making the book usable. So what I'm going to do now is blow my nose and think. Now usually books like this are stapled, I think just for longevity, because you don't really want the exposed thread down the spine, but for the sake of this book I don't really mind. I'm just gonna, we need 5 dots. Okay, go start from in there, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, and we'll meet back here. Okay, tie that off. Lovely. And what I'm going to do, it's been a long time since I've done this, I have to admit. I'm going to move this metal sheet along with the ant that is crawling on it, because I don't want to damage this. If I was more prepared, I'd have something proper to lay down, but as I do not, again I apologise to any sewists that I am offending by this, but I just have some padding here. And I'm going to take the cover because it is the thickest part of this book, and I'm just going to punch through those holes with a needle. Now, I have this box of goodies that actually belonged to my brother. I'm sort of babysitting them, I guess, because I have all the book repair equipment up here, and he would probably need to borrow my equipment to use a lot of this anyway. But what he has is needles. And I'm going to borrow one of his needles because I don't have any needles in here. Gosh, that is chunky. Look at that needle. Look at that, my goodness. I've never used a needle so aggressive looking for bookbinding. Gosh, you know what else I forgot? I forgot thread. That's okay. Whoa. That is a good needle though. Wow. Now I have sewn this too far towards the middle. There's a bit of space here, but I don't think that's going to matter. Really. Let me just do some maths here. Okay. If we start close to the middle, we'll add another one. Just in case. Brilliant. And now I'm gonna go find some of that thread that I lost. Would you believe this thread was in my sewing kit of all places? Absolutely astounding. Now, it looks like I'm taking an insanely long piece of thread, which I am, but that is because this is quite thin. I don't have any thick thread on me, so I'm just going to double this over and hope for the best. It's another windy day here. If you can hear any banging in the background, that's things on our wall just banging away. Okay, that may not be enough. It's okay. We will see. Now, I hate this part. If I want to do this correctly, what I need to do is this. Punch through all those holes all over again, going through all those pieces of paper. And I hate doing this because it never quite ends up lining up. So what I would rather do is start sewing from the outside and just have the knot on the outside, but I can't do that. Let's just find the middle. And 3. That worked pretty well. So what I'm going to do is try and go through 3 at a time. Just punching through. It's really quite easy. It's a very good needle. And we have the soft backing behind, so we should be fine. important part is making sure your orientation is correct, making sure the pages are the right way up when you put them all together. In case your holes are not evenly spaced, you should absolutely measure for this step in case you hadn't worked that out. I just don't want to. So now we're just going to line it all up and starting from roughly the middle. If you were brave, you could just go through all of them. I'm not brave, so I'm probably just going to go through one piece of paper at a time. Yeah, I'm going to start in the middle because I know that for some reason that is the right thing to do. I suspect it disperses the tension more evenly. Of course, being very careful to go through the same hole. On each page. Oh, that one's off. So what I'm going to do is just press that up against the back and go through again. This is going to be off as well, I know. Really, I should have just gone with my gut and done it this way. It's how I normally sew a book together. I don't measure, I just sew. I don't usually pre-punch my holes, so that's on me. That was a bad decision. So again, holding this tail of thread down, I do have a knot there, but just in case, I'm gonna hold it down. And going to the other side. Just gonna go through as much as we can. Bring it through. And actually going to pull that a bit tighter. And we're going to work our way up. Out. And then this side. In. It looks like I'm really pressing it through. That's because I am. Final. Was that the final hole? Is there another one? No, that's the final hole. Then I'm going to go back again. So we went out through here, in through here, out through here, and we've just come back in. We're going to go out again through this hole that we've already sewn through. should go through easily. And we're going to come back in again through that bottom hole. So you should be able to see we're sort of going back over all the bits we've covered with an extra layer of stitching. And find that next hole. Hard to bring it in through the right place. You could go through a page at a time. I just don't want to. I don't like doing it that way. I should be doing it that way. Yes, I know. This is not a tutorial as such. This is me quickly repairing a book for my daughter, so that she can read it and so that we can read it. This is not a historic restoration kind of deal. Please don't do this on valuable books. And back down again through those same holes. Lovely. And now you can see on the inside that stitching is all done, and it's almost like a back stitch of continual stitching all the way through except right here. And this is where we're going to bring this thread down and we're going to tie a nice little knot there. And I'm actually going to dab some glue on the knot as well, just to really keep it all together, but I cannot hold the camera and do that at the same time. So I'll show you what it looks like in a moment. Back to your perch. Just going to tie a little, go under this thread, bring it out again, and physically, if I can get a hold of it, tie a knot. I'm going to tie a couple more because I'm paranoid. Probably don't need to. Oh, maybe I need tweezers for this. Okay, another knot. Let's see. Second knot, and I'm going to do a third. And later on, either with a dab of glue or a dab of clear nail polish. Nope, that didn't work. I'm going to come back through and secure these knots just with the tiniest dot of glue or nail polish. So there's absolutely no hope of the knot coming undone. Now, in my personal opinion, if you're going to be doing this on books, I would recommend upholstery thread. This thread that I've used today is quite thin, which is why I've doubled it up. I would not personally use that thread. In my experience, it's just quite weak. Now, let's have a look at the spine. Can you see it? No, it's not going to work. and it's not perfect. As I said, it's been a very long time since I have bound a book. I used to do this quite a bit, but not in recent years. There we go, we should be able to see a sign that stitching has happened, but nothing too drastic. Now, I wondered, there are still a few tears here and there that I'll be repairing in the future, but now that the book is together, I wondered if perhaps you'd like to read it with me. Okay. Here we go. Mrs. Mopple's Washing Line. Written by Anita Hewitt. Drawn by Robert Broomfield. Let's see if we can get it all in the shot. It's a very big book. Mrs. Mopple's Washing Line. Mrs. Mopple's Washing Line. Mrs. Mopple was a farmer's wife, and no Monday morning and on, sorry, I'm reading upside down, and on Monday morning she did her washing. Now what have we got today? She said to herself. A frilly pink petticoat, a pair of woolly bed socks, 2 white gloves, and a red spotted handkerchief. And the petticoat and a bed sock. She's got her soap and a scrubbing brush. Mrs. Mopple finished her washing and pegged it on the clothesline alongside the cabbage patch to dry. There, she said, blow, wind, blow. The cabbages, some little worms in the cabbages, caterpillars, and a butterfly. More fluff. Then the wind blew stormily over the cabbage patch. Mrs. Mopple's Monday washing fluttered on the line like flags in a row. The pink frilly petticoat, the pair of woolly bed socks, the 2 white gloves, and the red spotted handkerchief. Mrs. Mopple went indoors because she was going to get the dinner for herself, her husband, the pig, the turkey, the chicken, the Jersey cow, and the rabbit. Peeling potatoes. There's a pot ready, a colander, some onions and a cabbage. Oh no, so stormily that it says snap. It blew so stormily that snap went the pegs that were holding the petticoat, the frilly pink petticoat, tossed in the air twice round the haystack and over the farmyard. Then down it came on the little black pig, tight round his little black middle. The pig sat down in the middle of the farmyard. So there he was, a pig in a petticoat. Oh my. Blow, wind, blow. It blew so stormily that snap went the peg from one woolly bedsock. There it goes. The bedsock was tossing into the air, twice round the haystack and over the farmyard. Then down it came on the gobbly red turkey, tight on his head like a warm woolly nightcap. The turkey sat down in the middle of the farmyard, and so there were a pig in a petticoat, a turkey in a nightcap. Blow, wind, blow. It blew so stormily that snap went the peg from the other woolly bedsock. The bedsock was tossing into the air. The bedsock went tossing into the air, twice round the haystack and over the farmyard. Then down it came on the little yellow chicken, tight round her neck like a warm woolly muffler. The chicken sat down in the middle of the farmyard, and so there they were, a pig in a petticoat, a turkey in a nightcap, and a chicken in a muffler. Blow, wind, blow. It blew so stormily that snap went the pegs that were holding the gloves. The two white gloves tossed in the air twice round the haystack and over the farmyard. Then down they came on the Jersey cow, tight on her horns, with their fingers sticking upwards like 8 white finger horns and 2 white thumb horns. The cow sat down in the middle of the farmyard. So there they were, a pig in a petticoat, a turkey in a nightcap, a chicken in a muffler, a Jersey cow with 10 horns. Blow, wind, blow. It blew so stormily that snap went the pegs that were holding the handkerchief. The red spotted handkerchief tossed in the air twice round the haystack measles. The rabbit sat down in the middle of the farmyard. So there they were, a pig in a petticoat, a turkey in a nightcap, a chicken in a muffler, a Jersey cow with 10 horns, and a rabbit with the measles. So there they were. Mrs. Mopple came out of the kitchen, and as she came, she said to herself, "Blow, wind, blow. The wind has blown my washing dry." Mrs. Mopple looked at the clothesline, and as she looked, she said to herself, "Blow, wind, blow. The wind has blown my washing off." Mrs. Mopple looked at the farmyard and she blinked her eyes. And as she blinked, she said to herself, "Blow, wind, blow. What do I see? A pig in a petticoat, a turkey in a nightcap, a chicken in a muffler, a Jersey cow with 10 horns, a rabbit with the measles. I don't believe it. I don't believe it." Mrs. Mopple went indoors to tell Mr. Mopple. He didn't believe it either.